Getting all the equipment ready for tomorrow. Mobile home demolition. So today is demo day. We're on our way to the job. I have myself and Chris. Chris is in my other truck and trailer. I had one other guy coming, but he didn't show up. So maybe he slept in or the alarm didn't go off or whatever. But I messaged him yesterday making sure he'd be here today, and he said he would, but obviously he wasn't. So I told him to be there 6:20. 6:20 came around, wasn't there. 6:30 came around, wasn't there. No point in me calling to say, hey, you know, where are you at? You know, because if he's not there, if he's still at his property by 6:30, I'm not going to keep waiting. I got to go. If I don't start this process of getting to the job, you know, the job's an hour and a half from my house or more. I can't be just waiting and waiting and waiting. So we could knock it out with two guys. I can knock it out with myself, but you know, with three people, it's going to be a lot quicker. But that's just not how it's going to happen. So maybe next time somebody will actually show up. But it is what it is. Getting everything unloaded and tearing it apart. So every time I do one of these mobile home demolition jobs, I always have somebody with me with a pair of wire snips going around cutting all the Romex wire. I always take the aluminum and the steel and I try to separate it the best I can into separate piles, so at the very end we could take it all into the scrapyard. This job, it was a little different because the trees were in the way. I couldn't pull the trailer to the side like I usually want to. So most of it had to stay up and on top of the blocks, because on the left side of this mobile home there's actually another mobile home that we also demolish at the very end of this one. All right, right now I've got to load my trailer here. I just sent my guy to the landfill. I didn't want him sitting around while I was loading my trailer, and then we'd both go together. Better just to send him, and then when he gets back, I'll probably have this one ready. He can go into that one. But since we're pretty much in the forest right now, I cannot just cut the frame up and just let the sparks go everywhere, because that will for sure catch a fire, and I will not be able to stop it because there is no water here. The water's been cut off, and I only have a couple fire extinguishers, and it's not worth the risk. So right now I'm going to try to get the frame out from underneath the rest of the mobile home, and try to drag the frame out of the way, and then grab up all of this mess with the skid steer after I get the metal off of everything, because I have to separate the metal from the actual unit. Not necessarily trying to save the metal to scrap it, but more because they don't accept it like that mixed at the landfill. So it'd be really nice if these trees weren't here, but you know, they're nice trees, so they got to stay there, because I could easily just grab that side and pull it, but it's not really working out too well. When it's time to cut up the frames, I always use a 2-stroke gas saw to cut the frames, but with as much dry brush as there is, and I don't have a way to put any kind of fire out or keep the sparks down with a water hose, I ended up just using a couple Sawzall blades to cut the frames up. It was the only safest way to do it. Triple X. Just on the hub. Sure don't weld these very well. If I could just break the hinges right off here. Oh no, I knocked my camera over. Oh no! I have the frame on this side ripped up. I'm gonna clear all this grass and material here so I can just pull the frames and everything and put them in a pile right here. That way I can back my trailers up there and grab all this material, and I can use the skid steer instead of the excavator. cleared this area over here so I can pile all the metal. Got this mobile home pretty much gone. I just need to scrape up this stuff, throw it in the other dump trailer. And then I'm gonna start on this one. I kind of already started on it. I just ripped one wall down. But it's a lot smaller, so hopefully it should go by a little quicker. This is the second mobile home frame. The first one's over there. I'm gonna drag this one over there and I'm gonna start loading up my trailer full of all the material here. All right, this is how it's looking right now. I've got piles of metal right now and a little bit of trash. So I just sent my guy out to the dump. They close at 4 and it's 3:38 now. He left probably like maybe 10-15 minutes ago. I'm praying that he makes it there on time and they don't tell him to kick rocks because they're closed. But right now, I'm just gonna throw all this stuff into a pile. I'm gonna start raking all this stuff away from the edges. And then I'm gonna load metal into the trailer. Since everything is closed, I'm gonna load everything into the trailer that's metal. And then when he gets back, I'll load his trailer with metal. And then in the morning, we'll come back and we'll clean up all this trash. We'll make one dump run and then we'll get out of here. I think if I take the metal to the metal yard tomorrow, which is about 30 minutes away, I just don't think I'm gonna make the same amount of money that I would in my area. So since I'm going home anyways, I figured I might as well just take it home and then deal with it, add it to the other metal piles, because I get paid, I think it's like $150 a ton or something like that for frames and stuff. And aluminum, I plan on going this week to the aluminum scrap yard, so I should make a decent amount of money through there. This frame was weak, man. This thing just twisted and bent to nothing, and it's an I-beam frame, super thin, weak. So that's what it's looking like now. This would have been a one-day job if we got here at like 5:30, 6. It would have been a one-day job, but we got here at 8 and it just wasn't possible. I bid $200 to remove this IROC Z Camaro. I don't know if it's worth anything because it's so destroyed. Like, destroyed. Might have one good T-top, but the engine is still there. All right, my dump trailer is all loaded up. Let's see if we can pick this car up with the excavator here. Barely. Thing's heavy. Oh man, somebody cut the cats. Oh man. That sucks. Oh well. That's too bad. Oh, big old rat ran away. I want to see if there's any fuel in it. I don't even know where the fuel tank is. Yeah.
I bumped it a few times, the bubbles stopped coming out, and it was coming out like a stream, and it still wouldn't start.
Okay.
I'm trying it one more time to see what happens.
You just turn over a bunch of times, and if it don't start, then I'll have to come over there, I guess.
Okay.
Alright. Try it a couple times. If it don't work, then I'll come out there.
Alright.
Alright, bud. That's no good. Looks like there's no gas in it. Luckily, he was able to dump. Alright, let's drag this car over to the trailer, I guess, and then probably have to go pick him up. Really hope it's just a fuel issue. Yeah.
Do I try putting fuel in the back tank?
No, just the front tank.
Okay, that's what I did.
Okay.
It just turns, doesn't even pop.
Okay, give me like, it's gonna be like probably 10, 15 minutes before I can leave.
Alright.
And where are you at?
Just as you start up the grade where it says next gas 65 miles or whatever. 62 miles.
Okay.
It's just at the start of the big hill right here, right as you're coming out of Chico.
Okay, no problem.
There should be plenty of room to pull over on the other side.
Okay. All right, bye. So I have a little bit of an issue. My guy just called me, said the truck just broke down on the side of the road. So I've got this loaded up. I wanted to make sure none of the stuff flew out, and I didn't really want to put the tarp on it. So now let's head out and see if we can get the truck to start or not. All right, I sprayed a little bit of ether in it, started right up. So now we can get out of here. Cutting all the metal up, loading it up, getting it ready to go. All right, we're all done. Time to load up the equipment and head out.